Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the Million Pound Mission Podcast. It's your buddy Adam, the PhD, the previously heavy dude, and this is episode number 302. Please allow me to reintroduce myself, my friends. Before we dive into all of that, a very important but brief announcement. We have opened up enrollment for our membership, the Transformation Reboot Program. I only open up enrollment 4 times per year. We will be open for business for enrollment in January here, and I'm super psyched about it. You can do a 10-day free trial of this membership. And if you are somebody that has lost weight, gained weight over and over and over again, this program is for you. It's a membership, it's a mentorship, it's a community, it's an online course, it's all of that. It's a mastermind all put together. And it's something that's unique in the space. There's nothing out there like it. You can do any nutritional protocol. You can do any fitness protocol. I've got all of that stuff loaded up for you. It's about having a plan, sticking to a plan, being supported with that plan, and having a coach, aka myself, there to just help you and hold your hand and really guide you along this journey and get your momentum really just shifted in the right direction. So again, this episode is sponsored by the Transformation Reboot membership. Head on over to millionpoundmission.com and check it out. Start your 10-day free trial in January. Okay, so if you're newer to the show, it's been 302 episodes. Welcome, first of all. And there's lots and lots and lots of episodes. And we are having a lot of people that are just starting to check us out. And that's awesome. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate my long-term listeners. I know that there are several of you out there that have listened to every single episode. And that is pretty badass, my friend. And that's just more than I could have ever hoped for when I first started this journey. But, some people may be newer and they're like, who the heck is this guy? And also, once you cross 300 episodes in Apple Podcasts, where I know a lot of you are listening, formerly iTunes, I still refer to it as iTunes. I'm an old school OG podcaster. But once you cross 300, they start to backlog some of your episodes. I think the first 100 are now just put in some secret vault somewhere. I don't know. You can still access it. It's not that hard, but it's if somebody's just scrolling through episodes, they may not pop up for you. And episode 1 was my story. It was all about me. So I'm going to kind of do that today, but also give you an update on where I'm at currently today in my own journey as somebody that's on the road to health, as a podcaster, as an entrepreneur, as a dad, and all that stuff. So we'll dive through that a little bit, and I will tell my story as it's never been told before. Welcome for everybody that's new to the show. Thank you for everybody that's been listening for years now. Super special to be over 300 episodes. I wasn't sure I was going to make it that first year, but we stuck with it, and now we're in this journey together. So let's talk a little bit about where I started at with my health journey. When I get interviewed on other podcasts, which I'm always excited to do, one of the questions I get asked is, how did you grow up? Like, did you grow up as a heavy kid? Did you have weight issues growing up? What was that like? Have you been heavy all your life? And the answer is no. I grew up super active, decently fit. Here in Indiana, basketball is pretty much religion. So I grew up playing basketball all day, every day, all year round. And that kept me in good shape. And I played in, elementary school. I started it when I was 6 years old, all the way through high school. Interesting thing, I've never really talked about this, but I've always had really unique jumping ability. So I could jump up and touch the rim on a 10-foot basketball goal when I was in 6th grade. I dunked in the game for the first time when I was in 8th grade. I started winning dunk contests and stuff like that when I was a freshman in high school. So it's pretty cool. A little known fact, that was kind of what I was known as growing up from the time I was in middle school through high school. I was that white guy that could jump, and it was a unique thing about me. And I still have a good, strong, vertical leap to this day, and I can still dunk a basketball. I'm almost 40, and I'm not super tall. I'm 6'2". I was kind of a forward /wing/center if I had to be player growing up. But basketball was a big part of my life, and it kept me super active. When things shifted for me was when I went from being a super active basketball player in high school. I decided not to play basketball in college. I was a little bit burned out about it, to be honest. And I went to Indiana University, so stayed in my hometown here of Bloomington, Indiana. But I quit playing basketball. Then you get exposed to things like the magical meal card that you can swipe and get all that food that you want. And I never really thought about what I was eating in high school, and I obviously didn't in college. But I quit all that activity. I kept with lifting weights because I had a passion for strength training. I was going to Indiana University to be a strength coach. I wanted to work with athletes. I wanted to prepare. Anybody that goes to college with the mindset of I'm going to be a strength coach, you think about training professional athletes and kind of building fame and fortune through that route. And that was my goal. So I wasn't really super concerned with my own health as far as my nutrition goes, my body weight. I just wanted to be super strong and show other people how to get super strong, super fast, super athletic, and I was good to go. The issue with that was I became unhealthy. I started putting on weight. I was competing in strength sports, powerlifting, Highland games, or I'd rock the kilt. I would throw the stones and the caber, aka the telephone pole, and all that stuff. I was a big, strong dude, but I gained 20 to 30 pounds every single year in college. So I graduated high school. I weighed about 190 pounds, and then freshman year I'm in that 200 to 215 pounds. And that's not too bad. I'm 6'2", so that's pretty normal. Then up to like 230, 240, and then I ended up graduating college. I was knocking on the door 300 pounds. I kept going after college, and my top weight was 327 pounds. And along that journey, some food addiction started to creep up, where I became the person. When I was younger, I ate whatever I want. I would burn it off because I was so active, no big deal. In college, I ate whatever I wanted, but then it started to kind of cross over to I can't stop eating. Like I would go and get, people would go and get a few slices of pizza at the dorm cafeteria. I would go get the whole pizza, take it back to my room and eat the whole thing, and then eat other things on top of that. I've always had a pretty strong appetite, but this is where things kind of got out of control a little bit. And that, created, again, this food addiction where I'm still to this day, I'm very aware of this, but I'm that guy that I can't eat one donut or one cookie or one slice of pizza. I will go until it's done, and then I'll probably go for some more. So all that root and that was kind of planted in college that crept into post-college to where at my top weight, my rock bottom moment was 327 pounds. I was not happy with my choice as a strength training. I was earning a living as a strength coach, mentoring athletes, but I was just kind of disenchanted with that career choice because I soon found out that, I was making money, but I wasn't really happy doing that. A lot of it was babysitting. I was working with high school athletes, and a lot of them I absolutely loved, but there's also a large percentage where I was kind of babysitting, and it was parents would drop them off. They're not paying, the kids don't have any skin in the game. So they're kind of halfway focused, or maybe not even that much. And some of them were kind of bratty, and it just was not what I had envisioned it to be at all. And then, my own health was deteriorating, blood pressure issues, things like that. And I was just like, this sucks. So unhappy with my career path. I was 327 pounds, strong, but unhealthy. I had fallen in love, and the young lady that I was involved with had broke the news to me that she was going to move an hour away, and that was pretty much going to be a rough deal to handle that. We were going to try to stick it out, but it didn't look good, so I was kind of depressed about that. So I was just kind of circling the drain of life. Like things were not going at all in the correct direction. I'm in my mid-20s, and I started to, my friends started to give me some nudges in the right direction. They were attempting to kind of boost me up a little bit. And one of my buddies let me borrow a DVD called The Secret, The Law of Attraction. I pretended to watch it. I didn't watch it. I gave it back. I'm like, hey, that was awesome. Thank you. Then that DVD once again found its way into my life. I was even worse off. I had all this debt created. I had $40,000 of credit card debt. Like, I was a hot mess, people. And the second time the DVD came into my life, I actually watched it. And I watched it several times. And that was my first ever exposure to personal growth, personal development. Like, that whole concept was just so foreign to me. My joke is that the only personal growth material I ever checked out, the only reading I did was the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. So there you go. But that it set my soul on fire because it was empowering. Because I know a lot of you out there feel like your health is out of control, and maybe even like your time and your finances, those are out of control. Your life is out of control. And watching The Secret, learning about the law of attraction, that made me feel like I had hope of reclaiming control. And that was all I needed in that moment to start taking steps in the right direction. So I did. And what I did was I mapped out what I wanted to create with my life over the next 5 years. And so things like, obviously a weight loss goal, relationship goals, career and business goals, financial like freedom and getting out of debt goals, all of that stuff, just life purpose. Like, I wanted to feel like every day counted and I did something of value. I created value and I enjoyed it. That was huge for me. So I mapped out what I wanted to create in my life. I created affirmations, positive, like present tense affirmations, nothing negative in there. I wouldn't even let myself write the word debt. I didn't want to be affirming and repeating the word debt over and over. So I focused on abundance and financial freedom, terms like that. So this was July of 2007, and my deadline was July of 2012. And the rule was I had to read these affirmations that I now teach this, and I call it my lifestyle rehabilitation statement. So I read this statement every morning and every night. And my rule was I had to feel it. Like, if I was reading something, I had to put myself in that place. So if I'm talking about being down 100 pounds or weighing a certain weight, I had to sit and kind of breathe into that and lean into that and feel that and put myself in that place. Even though I wasn't there, I had to just try to put myself in that place and feel that as much as possible. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but there's a method to the madness here. So that was one of the rules. I had to read it every morning and every night out loud, feel it no matter what. And the rule was, all right, I have to do that and I have to implement at that level every morning and every night for 5 years until everything comes true or the deadline passes. That was the commitment I made to myself. And if I have one superpower out there, it's implementation. I will just lock on and I will show up however I need to show up to achieve a goal. Early in my life, it was basketball and then strength stuff. And now it was, all right, I have to reclaim control over my life and paint the picture that I want to paint. And I was just so inspired by the process and just by having that hope and being able to think that I can potentially reclaim control of all these things. That lit me up. So I was willing to show up for that, good, bad, or ugly, every single day. And I did. So every day for 5 years, I never, ever missed a day. I read that statement every morning and every night. Now, here's the deal about the law of attraction, guys. You can't spell attraction without action. So the law of attraction in the movie and the book, The Secret, it's awesome. But if you just sit and hope and think, that's one thing. It's a positive change, but you have to act in line with those things that you are visualizing, those things that you're affirming. And you have to look for opportunities for progress. So each morning when I would read that statement, it was about setting the tone for the day, waking me up and reminding me what sorts of opportunities I was looking for in business, in relationships, with my health, with the way I wanted my life to be. And then every night, it was all about accountability. I would ask myself, did I do anything to move the needle at least 1% in the right direction in any of these areas? What I did not do, I did not put the pressure on myself of, I have to lose 100 pounds like today, or even in 6 months or in a year. That wasn't the language that I was speaking to myself in. I wasn't heaping pressure on myself and be like, this all has to happen. It has to happen today and now. The question that I would ask myself for accountability again was, did I do anything just to move the needle 1% on one of these goals? And if the answer was no, I had to do something before I went to bed. So before the head goes on the pillow, some sort of action takes place. You just chip away, right? You chip away, and I would show up for myself. So maybe that was a huge thing, like I made a great business connection that was going to propel things forward. Or maybe I had an awesome workout. Or maybe I made a connection relationship-wise. Or maybe it was just like I drank a gallon of water today, or I read a blog. I learned something new, business-wise or health-wise, that's going to further my progress. But every day, simple or huge, it didn't matter. Just one step had to be taken every single day. And I would not allow myself to go to bed until that happened. I wanted to show up for myself at that level because I truly believe, and I still believe, that I'm worth it. My dream life is worth it. The people that, want to be a part of that are worth it. So I showed up at that level, and you guys can do that too. So what happened over the 5 years? Over the 5 years, I'm implementing, and, it wasn't like everything happened at once, but you show up at that level and you show up consistently at that level, some cool stuff can happen in 5 years. That's a lot of time, right? So I ended up losing over 100 pounds. That was amazing. As I went on that journey, my clientele started to shift because people started to ask me, you look much better. You look much healthier. Can you help me do what you're doing? And I would say yes. I would take people on from more of a weight loss perspective, which I had never really done that before. I started to drop all of my strength coaching clients and the teams that I was working with. I shifted my entire business focus to body transformation and weight loss. And we started to really see some cool things happening. And that turned into a business in and of itself. I'm like, this is about the time that like The Biggest Loser was doing their thing, and people were all about these like challenges. Boot camps just started to launch around the country. And so I decided I'm going to do this boot camp. I'm going to call it the Meltdown, because that just was a marketing term. Like, I had a meltdown and I lost 50 pounds. I feel like that's going to be a great radio ad when that happens. So the Meltdown Boot Camp was born in 2009, 2010. So I was like, all right, I know one of the key things with transformation was accountability, because I'd been working with, my personal training clients. I got to see them once or twice per week, but if I didn't have control over what they ate, they weren't going to lose weight. If I couldn't hold them accountable to that, accountable to their workouts, the results weren't going to happen. So with this boot camp, I was like, you guys are going to have to give me complete control. You're signing off control of your food, control of your workouts. I will tell you exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it, what level to do it, when to eat, what to eat, exactly what level you need to be, meal prepping and all that. I'll map everything out, and I'm going to check in with you every single day. If you don't check in with me, I am going to find you, and I will get that report from you come hell or high water. So it's pretty serious, right? I was like, all right, this is 8 weeks. We're going to charge $500 for this, and let's just see what happens. I had a few people that were willing to pay, and then I had to strong arm a few friends to join. We ended up having like 13 people join that first boot camp, and they lost like 300 pounds total. Like, we crushed it. The transformations, the before and afters in 8 weeks were amazing. And I was like, holy shit, this like really worked. This whole accountability thing, that was the first time I probably realized, like, okay, accountability, that's the secret sauce. Pretty much every program, diet, or fitness will work. The issue is people just stop working it because of, transformation danger zones. That's something I talk about a lot on this show. And that was my first spark of understanding that black hole of weight loss doom and that whole process. I'm like, there's something here. If I can just get people to give over control to me, we establish these routines, these habits, then some pretty neat things start to happen. And so they were like, all right, when's the next one? And the other people started asking, my friend just lost 30 pounds in 8 weeks. How do I do that? When's the next boot camp? So the next boot camp, I did not have to beg or strong arm anybody. And we had like 30 people show up. Amazing results. Again, I think we did over 500 pounds in that one. Then the next boot camp, 75 people. Then the next boot camp, 100. We're doing 1,000 pounds every 8 weeks. And so over this 5-year time span of when I mapped out my life and wanted to rehabilitate my life, I lost 100 pounds, but my hometown ended up losing 35,000 pounds with this boot camp system that I created. I had created that dream business where I was making an impact, really utilizing my unique coaching abilities, having fun every damn day, and just, really making an impact that felt super positive with my community. And it's been an amazing experience. So, in July of 2012, 5 years later, I'm down 100 pounds. I got this special business. I'm married. I've started a family. I have zero debt. I was living that affirmation that I was visualizing for the last 5 years. And that's because I showed up for that every single day. I didn't just sit and hope and wish and dream every single day. I acted upon all those hopes and wishes and dreams. And one of my favorite analogies to use is, it doesn't matter how sharp your axe is if you never swing it. So if you're doing affirmations and thinking and hoping and wishing, you're just sharpening the axe. You have to stand up and swing, and you have to take a swing every single day. And some days you'll really make a dent in that tree that you're swinging at. Some days you'll swing and miss, but the important thing is showing up and swinging the axe every single day. So that's what I did. We launched, I had my own facility by that point, and it was just a pretty damn amazing time. Dream life. Our local community, there were only like 4 or 5 fitness options. Then, down the road, things faded a little bit with the whole gym, just because today there are over 50 fitness options. We 10x our fitness options inside of our community. Competition got pretty intense. And just a few weeks ago, I ended up selling the gym to one of my trainers that I've been mentoring for several years. And that's been a super positive experience. But, 4 years ago, I discovered podcasting. And, we'd done all these great results for myself, for my hometown community. I was ready to bring my unique brand of weight loss and body transformation, really focusing on strategic thinking, accountability, community, support, and getting results with any nutrition protocol, with any fitness protocol. There weren't very many people out there talking in those terms. So I wanted to get the word out. We came up with the Million Pound Mission podcast. As many of you know, the first 50 episodes, it was called the transformationcoach.me podcast, because that was my website. That made sense from a branding perspective. I ran into Coach Justin Shank, and he smacked me upside the head and said, "This is a terrible name. Nobody knows what this is about. What is your mission?" I said, "Well, I'd like to produce 1 million pounds of positive results." And he said, "That is the name of the show." So around, I think it was episode 52 or 53, we switched to the Million Pound Mission, did a rebrand, relaunch. And here we are, 302 episodes in, rocking and rolling, having an amazing time. And we truly are tracking in this mission, which is super cool. You guys are a part of this. If you are listening, you can contribute. And what I mean by that is on the website, millionpoundmission.com, at the very bottom, there's a place that says donate your weight. And I'm not going to ask you for your email address. I'm not going to ask you for a credit card. I'm not going to ask you even for your name. If you have listened to a few episodes, you implement some things, you lose 14 pounds, you can go on there, donate those pounds, and it will add to the total. You'll see it added right there. And we are tracking, and we're approaching 60,000 pounds right now. I'm super excited about that. We're going to keep tracking until we hit 1 million. Now, I do need you guys to donate your weight loss, so that is huge for me. Please do that. Take a minute after the show. If you've lost weight since listening to the show, please, even if it's a pound, just donate that pound. Sometimes people wait, they're like, well, once I lose my 100, then I'm going to donate them. No, if you've lost a pound, please go donate the pound right now. Don't forget, I need those pounds to hit our goal. And we're going to celebrate, big time every maybe 100,000 pounds. We'll do a podcast celebration party, maybe a live event. I don't know. We got to get there first. But that's kind of the story of the Million Pound Mission and where it's at right now. Right now I'm sitting in my podcast bunker, and I love doing this. I love being able to share my message. And I talk about this all the time. I've got these concepts and ideas just pop up a mile a minute. I've got so many things that I want to teach you guys and tell you guys. It's almost at an annoying level. I have to be able to do this. I have to yell into this microphone every week and hopefully inspire some of you to take some action to reclaim control of your health and your life like I did. And it's something that I love doing. I'm so appreciative of the support that you've shown the show so far for these first 300 episodes. And I've got some cool ideas moving forward. So along that line, we've looked at the past of my journey and the show's journey. Let's look forward a little bit, and I need your feedback. And as you know, I'm very big into interaction. You can always contact me through the website, millionpoundmission.com. If you send, there's a contact us, the email goes directly to my inbox. I am the only one that answers those emails personally. I answer them all. Instagram, you can hit me up at millionpoundmission. Same thing. Send me a DM. You're going to get a message back from me. Most of the time, I like to do video or voice messages so that you know that it's me. But I want to get your input on some thoughts for the show. So far, right now, we're doing a Monday episode and a Friday episode. And on Mondays, every other week, you get a solo coaching episode like this one from me. And then you get an interview the following week. And I feel like that flow is going pretty nicely. On Fridays, you get to be kind of a fly on the wall where you listen into me doing a coaching episode with one of my clients that are in my Transformation Reboot community. That's a paid membership. And I'm just giving them advice. And it's usually about 15 to 20 minutes. And that's every Friday. One space that I'm super interested in personally, and I want to know if you guys would be willing to allow me to dabble with that a little bit with this show, is two of the big danger zones that I feel like are holding people back, and were definitely holding me back initially, were time and money. Just stress over my schedule, the amount of time I invest in myself, and then finances. I had a ton of debt and I didn't know how to get out of it. I didn't understand retirement. I didn't understand frugality or anything like that. So, and these are two areas that I'm super passionate about. I was thinking about maybe doing a 1-month experiment where on the Friday episode, we would do like a financial freedom, a time freedom theme, maybe Frugal Friday, I don't know, but just teaching ideas like, okay, here's how I got rid of all my $40,000 of credit card debt and how I actually used that process to slingshot me forward and pay off my mortgage in my 30s. So where I'm 100% debt free. Or, talking about something like my lifestyle audit process and how you can reclaim control, more time for you and for the people that you love. So I need your feedback. I really do need you guys to respond to me and let me know, like, yeah, this sounds like a good idea, or no, please don't do that. That's not in line with the brand. Because personally, I see, the journey to health as like a Venn diagram with the 3 circles, and it's, reclaim control over your health, but also reclaim control of your time and your finances. If we can do all of those things at the same time, you're pretty much reclaiming control over you and your life. That's what I did over my 5 years. And I'd like to, maybe experiment with some of those concepts and see if you guys like them, see if you get any benefit out of them or not. So let me know if you think we could dive into some time reclamation and some financial stuff, and not like, I'm not going to go deep dive financial advisor on you, but just some frugality things like minimalism, why I only own 80 pieces of clothing total, what I do to keep my heat and air conditioning bill around $100 a month with a 2,400 square foot house, why I drive an all electric car that I paid $7,000 for, little things like that. Would those benefit you? Living frugally, reclaiming control of your money, reclaiming control over your time. I don't know. Let me know. Hit me up on Instagram or hit me up off the website, Million Pound Mission, and let me know if you think that would be something that you want me to add in as like a Friday episode every once in a while, or maybe 1 month out of the year. Let me know. Your opinion counts, my friends. But no, I'm psyched about where the show is going. I feel like as a podcaster, my conversation skills, my interviewing skills are really ramping up. Hopefully you guys are noticing it as well. Maybe not. But I just enjoy the hell out of doing this, and I love showing up on a weekly basis and having this virtual conversation with you. And I appreciate you for plugging in the earbuds and giving me some of your time every week. And when you guys share it out and tell somebody else, like, hey, this guy's kind of different. He's a little goofball, but we get some value out of it. That means a lot to me as well. So huge thank you to you. Shout out to everybody out there in the Mission Possible community. Oh, did you know we named it That's something I should talk about. We recently named our community. I put some votes out there on our Facebook page, and I just wanted to give us all something to kind of resonate around. And I did my live event. We came up with the Mission Possible community. I've got a free Facebook group you can join that's kind of really branded around Mission Possible. And that is millionpoundmission.group, millionpoundmission.group. That will take you to my free Facebook group, and we interact in there as well. So yeah, it's all about serving you guys. So let me know what you want, what you don't want, what you like, what you don't like, and hopefully I can make the next 302 episodes even better than the first ones. Thank you also for allowing me to reintroduce myself here. For those of you that have been around for a while, I'm sure you've heard at least parts of this story before, but this is the fully updated version. And yeah, shout out to you guys. All right, we're going to close it like we always close it for the last 301 episodes. I want you to get out there. I want you to own it every meal, every workout, every day. I will see you on the next episode. Hey, thanks for hanging out after the episode. This is just a quick reminder that enrollment is open for my Transformation Reboot membership. You can start a free 10-day trial anytime in January by going over to millionpoundmission.com. Now, this membership option is perfect for anyone that is interested in leveling up the transformation results and escaping what I refer to as the black hole of weight loss doom, where you lose weight and gain it back over and over again. All you have to do to get started is head on over to millionpoundmission.com and start your free trial today.